They want to talk to you, but they don't know where to start. Here's what they want to say, or at least here's what they have so far. We are creeping, we are spying, and I knew it. How did I know this would come out? Welcome to the Luz Samir channel. We're looking at this in particular of what it is they have so far in relation to what they want to say to you. I'll tell you this one for free. They definitely want a new beginning. Okay, they definitely want a new beginning. A few of these cards, as I was shuffling, were were coming up. I don't know if you can see everything, but really it's not for you to see, it's for me to see. And this is what we have so far. We may shuffle for more, but what they have so far for what they want to say to you is, this was the first card that came out from the shuffling for this. Kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving, affection, falling in love. Okay, we also have passion. We also have this Cupid's arrow in the reverse. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, or meeting hesitation. We have the Hermit and the Fool. Two major arcana coming out. This person has been thinking about this for a while, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. We have on top, this is the first card that came out from the I Love You But deck. You can get a copy of this deck for yourself, or even send it to your favorite reader from the platform so they can have it. You have the sweetest heart I know. Being with you feels like peace. And I'm seeing signs, music, symbols. Yeah. The way you read this deck is very intuitively. It's good for beginners as well as intermediates and advanced. As the creator of this deck, I made this deck to suit my reading preferences and my reading styles. So I'd say it can get pretty advanced with how I read it. But as a beginner or an intermediate, you get to know the deck and you develop your relationship with it. We also have a blank. The deck comes, there is a whole unboxing video where you can look up what the deck comes with, so you know what you're getting without ruining any surprises. It's almost 300 unique messages, and you can make some of them your own by writing them on the blank card. For today's shuffle, and you have the Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back in the reverse. That's funny. Card number 23. Nice. The story is really interesting. For today's shuffle, I specifically wanted to put in a blank card into the I Love You But channeled messages deck, because this person just intuitively is stuck on how to move towards you. And sure enough, burst of cards came out. I don't know if I shuffled that on camera or not. I wanted to save time, but a burst of cards came out, and this one was the one that really sort of slid out, forcing itself out. And that's super, super telling, because this person has been wanting to come forward. They've been wanting to talk to you. They've wanted to say things to you. Should I just tell them everything? Should I just send them a letter? Should I just, whether it's a text or something, should I send a voice note? Should I send a voicemail? Should I just call? Should I just keep calling until I break through? Like, what should I just do that? And then, like, it feels like their body twitches to try and talk to you, and then pulls themselves back. This very old man, young child dynamic of wanting to do it. The impulse is there. I want to jump off this cliff. I just want to do it. And when I'm there, I'll figure out what to say. And what do I say? Says the wise man. What do I say? Says the hermit in them. What do I say? What do I do? What do I say? I have this hope. I have this desire. They have a desire to talk to you. And I'm going to tell you this one for free. They want to be with you. Okay, they want to be with you and have a chance at you, and they also want your body or are missing your body. You know who this person was and how they want to explore your body. Like, I'll say they want to explore your body. Okay, they want to get in that again. For some of you, like, they want to be in that. The wise man and the fool. The wise man and the impulsive child. Right? The wise energies in them that are like, be more conscientious, be more, feel this out. You don't want to make the wrong move, right? Aged and taking time before you do something. I want to call it the wise man, but really the hermit can also be someone who stayed too long and they're out of touch. You're not moving. You've become a relic. right? I'm seeing the image of those vampires from Twilight, or I guess maybe in vampire lore, but largely Twilight is one I can really reference. Not a huge Anne Rice lore person, but that's so crazy. Twilight took over vampire lore. Girl, new generation. If they stay too still, they petrify. They petrify. They stick. Their body stops moving. It starts slowly turning to stone or whatever. Like, it's hard to move. So thinking too much can also not really be, like, you're not doing anything. Time is passing and you're not doing anything about it. Whereas action, the fool, taking the risk, doing the thing, and figuring out as you fall, figuring out when you get there, can be the best thing to do sometimes. Like, it really can be the best thing to do. 0550. So there are these sort of oscillating two sides to the coin: the fool versus the wise man, the action taker versus the passive, this relic, right? Like, these two things are truly where your person is at. What I think this person is lacking is, from what I'm seeing here, they know, I will say, not so much what they're lacking, but they know that it's up to them. They know it's up to them. Both of these are personal impetus cards. Personal me. I make that decision. The fool doesn't get pushed off the ledge by a gust of wind. Right? The tower isn't involved in this unless it's involved. Listen, spirit lives in the house of Lumiere. Spirit lives in illumination. Welcome to illumination. If the tower shows up, then that's going to be a certain kind of story, but we'll wait for that until it does. What this is here is, I do this. I do this. I do this. What takes the hermit out of hermit mode, what makes the hermit move, is me. What makes the fool take that step over the ledge is me. That's a very I energy. They have to do it. Cupid's arrow speaks to that fully. Cupid's arrow in the reverse. Cupid, when it's in the upright, I would assume, this is, by the way, the love oracle cards. This is an external source giving you that push forward. In the upright, I would say. In the reverse, I would say this is, I have to pull the arrow. I have to pull the thing back. I have to take those actions. And even with this, we're going to read this. There's lots of fives I'm seeing here, but Spirit has your back in reverse. Okay. All right. Blank. They don't know what to say to you. We know this, right? This is what they have so far. They're still very much drawing a blank. What they want to come with you, what they want to come towards you, rather, is passion. They want to come in like a wrecking ball, right? They want to come in like a wrecking ball of love bombing. Now, when I say love bombing, I don't mean it, well, I mean it in a way where they want to come towards you with soft, pink, mushy, gushy, ooey, gooey feelings and overwhelm you with that, right? Soften you up with that. And then from there, when they have that hook, I would assume it's to then go forward. But at this point, I'm not even going to try and assume anything, right? Energetically, that just kind of seems like what would happen. But what they want to do right now, what they have so far, because what they're missing is what happens after. What happens when they get you? What happens when you do pick up that phone call? What happens when you do respond? What happens when you give them the thing that they want, which is your attention? What happens when they take the stage? What happens, quite literally, when they take the stage? Are they going to approach you with songs of love and words of affirmation and beautiful things? Or will what they say come from a deep place of, this is what I've reflected on, this is what I found out? Like, what are they going to do when they take the stage? I think that is something that has not immediately shown up for what they know they're going to do after. That could be something that we look into later on in the reading. We'll see where the reading takes us. But what I'm seeing here is a lot of what they know they have so far is mushy gushy ooby gooby gingy dingy dooby dooby. Like kissy kissy dooby dooby. On top. On top. Oh yeah, actually stage. Crazy. On top is innuendo. Okay? It's innuendo. The first message that came out here. So they are fantasizing about you. They're fantasizing about this sort of like reunion or reconciliation. If this is like a physical relationship with someone who's like a lover or a would-be lover or who would fit in the role of a lover, then this is definitely speaking to that. And I think most of you, like definitely 99% of you, have clicked on this video for that. And this video found you for someone who's a romantic interest. If it's not, ignore what I'm about to say or apply it in a way that makes sense. This person wants, well, the way that makes sense for those of you that this isn't romantic, it still applies to those who is romantic, but they want to take care of you. They want to have dominion over you. What? They want to take care of you. They want to cover you with on top. Okay, they want to be on top of what you've got going on. They want to be on top of your needs, 1111. They want to be on top of making sure that all you see is them. So again, this is giving vibes of bombardment in some way, being very present, what have you. Let's go to the sexual part. Now, this person, if this is sort of, I mean, you know, listen, I said what I said. They want to be on top of you. They want to be on top and see you in their peripheral and know that you are seeing them and that you are 1144 there. And I think them being able to look down on you, upon you, is a moment of triumph. Not in a gross way of like, I'm on top. I am, not saying being dominant is bad or anything, but in a gross way. Like, not the gross sides of those things. Of like, yeah, I'm in control. No, there is a semblance of control in the way that someone on stage feels in control. So, okay, there is a level of like some of that grossness in there, but it doesn't feel necessarily gross. I think, I don't know, it could be, I guess. The more that I say it, the more I'm like, wait a minute. In a way where when someone is on stage, they're the only one you're looking at. You bought tickets to see them, right? They're the star. You have a buy-in to them. So when they're on top of you and looking down at you, there's something about them feeling also better about themselves and what has transpired between the two of you or what they want moving forward. It's this sense of like like a feeling important to you. Because right now, they don't feel important to you and they want to feel important to you. And part of that for them is being in this sort of position on top of you, physically. Also fantasies. Like, this is, a lot of their fantasies is like them on top of you. And even, also I keep saying this, but I'm not saying it, you on top of them. You on top of them as well. Because that means you want them. There's definitely a buy-in with on top. On top is giving me vibes of a buy-in. You have a buy-in to what they're saying, what they're bringing, or like movement forward together. On top is giving a buy-in, right? If you're physically active with somebody sexually or what have you, there is a buy-in. There's that consent of this is a thing that we are doing. So that is a representation of that. And it also, whether they're on top or whether you're on top, there's still that buy-in of, oh, I got the Lumi, you, the viewer, the listener, the watcher, I got the Lumi to be with me. Yes, this is what I want. You on top is definitely huge. That would be huge. Because you're in control in that situation and you've chosen to use your control to be with them in that way. But again, it's the same thing as them being on stage, because when someone's on stage, the audience bought tickets. They have a buy-in. They bought tickets to see the show. Did you see this person? I digress, but that's giving a lot of huge vibes. Passion is also here as well. One of the second cards that came out, or third, I don't remember when I was shuffling with this deck, in chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. There's that buy-in. Like each other equally, having fun. So definitely a tussle, a physical tussle is something that this person desires, and something that it's wild. They would say, I don't know how, I would hope, this is the first card they came out. So tough. I don't know who this person is or how they go, but they could try and say to you that this is something I thought. I remembered that time that we were together. Maybe you were playing around and someone was tumbling on top of the other, and I remember your smile, or I remember whatever, right? Like some way to butter you up. The rest of it is, you have the sweetest heart I know. Being with you feels like peace. These two. So, you having the sweetest heart they know with the Fool. This screams reconciliation if I ever saw one. They want to get back together, 1616. They want to be together. They want you to say yes to them. And what they have so far to say to you is lather you with compliments. How they miss being with you. How they never felt as XYZ as they did when they were with you. And now that they're gone, now that you're gone, they really feel what you contributed to their life. This blank is also speaking volumes because this is them being quiet, right? This is pauses in what they're saying. If it's a voice note, this is pauses. If it's text, this is ellipses, or it takes them a while to compile this sort of text essay or what have you, or it's coming in segments, right? Send instead of a large sort of one. This is giving ellipses. If it's a conversation, it's giving, I'm going to be quiet and see what the Lumi has to say about me, see what their grievance is. I want to hear them talk so I can then address, so that I want to hear the Lumi complain. I want to hear the Lumi bash me in a way, right? I want to hear what the Lumi has to say, because that's going to give me the ground with which to speak from, rather than saying things that may be irrelevant or saying things that may not be necessary, which is irrelevant in a different way. Why, rather than saying things that may not win the Lumi over, if the Lumi tells me what they want, if I'm quiet, then I can have a jumping point. I can address those exact concerns instead of going on about other stuff. You feel me? So those silences are part of what they have so far, in addition to them just generally not fully having a cohesive, like a full plan of if this, then that. Because if you don't respond to being lathered up, then what? If you, even better, actually, a worst case scenario is you do respond to being lathered up. Then what? What are they willing to do? What are they going to say after you respond well or well enough to the lather? Right? Like, what is the game plan when you give them the stage, when you give them the mic? What are they going to say now that you've given them a chance to talk to you? Now that you've given them a chance to listen. The protective message of Eagle Spirit is, if you're walking awkwardly and feeling embarrassed, Eagle Spirit is here to tell you that, what your person is, Eagle Spirit is here to tell you that is only because right now you're meant to fly. Soar over the troubles that have you feeling scared and alone. See the big picture, yet retain your eagle eye for the details that help you claim your wisdom and courage. There is some of that, definitely. It's crazy because it's the Fool and the Hermit working together in tandem, right? It's acting and soaring with scrutiny and wisdom that the Hermit offers and provides. This is beautiful. Or perhaps you're making yourself small for the sake of getting others to accept you. Now is not the time to be vulnerable and dependent, for you have the wings to fly on your own, and you need to do that at this time. There is no need to huddle in a shelter or even to seek out a flock to support you, for Eagle Spirit says you have tremendous wisdom and courage within. Let it arise so you might soar proudly with the angels serving as the wind beneath your wings. From these heights, you can then make the best and most powerful choices for the highest good of all. Yeah, what this person has so far is essentially what we said. Them coming in, saying something, but they don't have a foolproof plan for what happens after. It's leap first, figure it out as we fall. So we have some time. I have some time. I am going to look into what is, if Spirit can permit us, Spirit. Knowing this, let's say that this works on my Lumi. Let's say that it softens my Lumi's heart. That's you. You are the Lumi. It softens the Lumi's heart. The Lumi stops and says, fine, I will listen. Or the Lumi says, okay, and gives this person a stage. Whatever that is, the Lumi is open to hearing what this person is saying, and this person knows that they're open as well. In that scenario, Spirit, may you give us inklings of what they would say then, knowing that they do have the attention of the Lumi. I'm very curious. Again, we're using the I Love You But deck. I'm really curious to see what they would say if you gave them... Oh, the card got eaten in the deck. If you did give them the chance... Oh, buddy. All right. If you did give them the chance, yeah, here's the Lamentations. This is what I wanted to see. I wasn't seeing much blue. I needed to see blue. Blue gives me something. Blue tells me that there's... Blue's showing me the Hermit. Okay. It flipped from red to blue. All right. Oh my God. God. I love that if you've been here for a while on the channel, you'll notice that the purple is new to the deck. It's new and it's not been in the previous readings that I've used. After the unboxing video and I fully showed you guys the deck, I was able to then start using the new version of the deck, which has the purple, because I think physical stuff is part of what people have in the normal daily sort of love or romance. Like, it's in there, and for it to be a separate deck, I get it, but I don't think as a human we're separate like that. So it's in the deck as well for when you get it. But if you're someone who doesn't want those messages in there when you get the deck, or if they're a favorite reader when you send it to them, they don't have double sides of other colors, right? Like, most of these have double sides of other colors. The purples are solely purple, and you can remove all the purple cards and not miss out on any of the other messages, which have a lot maybe lighter physical messages in them. But if you're like no physical stuff, then you can take the purple out. Sorry, that sideways is sending me. What? Soon. I'm not planning anything. Caress, touch. I said it but didn't mean it. I have doubts. I don't want to hurt you. Let's take on this world together. Sideways. I think I want a bit more. Yeah, I think I want a bit more. Thank you. Wow. This is more than I wanted to take on, but it's giving us a lot more insight. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, soon, 24 hours. You've changed my mind over a few things, right? Closer to a year. I want to have a family with you. I think this whole card is actually speaking to what I was clarifying. So the few more cards were clarifiers. There's some messages here that I'm seeing that I want to give you like a better representation of. Just get more understanding of what they would say. Listen, once you accepted this person, it does look like they have a lot more to say. It's a lot more diverse than just lathering you up with sugar. Okay. Which is nice. I like to see all the colors out. In something like this, I like to see blue, but I also like to see essentially messages that make sense, right? I don't want to hear, I'm so sad, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, I'm sorry, but then no change, you know? So I like having, this feels good to me. This feels like a real person. This feels real. I do want some tarot before I continue. Hello, where's the tarot? I want 1 or 2 tarot cards just to sort of round this out, and then we'll get into it. So I wanted to clarify, I said it but didn't mean it. And that was clarified by scared to talk, avoiding conversation, which is where they are right now. And that really helps us clarify that, because it tells me, and I'll just tell you right now instead of waiting, it just tells me a story of someone who doesn't want to say the wrong thing, and that's why they haven't said anything yet. Right? Literally, they want to talk to you, but don't know where to start. And this is what they have so far. Like, we're literally getting real-time, live, like, as live as it can get, as real-time as it can get, input on where this person's at and why they haven't, said anything, because they don't want to say something that is going to be wrong. They don't want to say something that's going to be wrong. They feel like, I got one shot, one opportunity, right? Some 8 Mile vibes here of like, I only get one shot at sort of bearing my heart or getting this person after all of this stuff. I need to come correct. Like, what, like, what is it, right? And the fact that you've given them a shot is truly like, you're not going to give them another shot. You could, I don't know you as a person, but I think they feel like, this is my shot. Now that you've softened, this is my time to strike. This is my time to say what I need to say. I've been scared to talk. I'm avoiding conversation because I don't know what to say. And I think this is what they would also say. Hey, I know it took me a while to say anything, to come forward, to come talk to you, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know where to start. Every time I tried to say something, my tongue would get tied, and so I wouldn't. And that's why it also took me a long time, but also, etc., etc., etc. Let's look at a little bit more of the things that I clarified. I wanted to clarify, I don't want to hurt you. It's straightforward, but for some reason I wanted to. I don't know why. And all these sort of red energies came out. On the rebound, I don't want to share. I told you what I really wanted, but you thought you knew better. Okay. This is hard for this person because they don't want to piss you off. They don't want to say anything that isn't going to warm you to them, but they do have some things that they feel that they didn't like, that they thought were unfair, or that they thought were no good, that you had done to hurt them, whether because you had done it and it hurt them, and that's like a legitimate hurtful thing, but either way, because like them, their history or whatever, like that was the thing that hurt, they were hurt. Okay? And that's probably why this person also went away. And while they were away, they may have done some things to try and forget, try and whatever. And those are some things that I think they would be skeptical to say and wonder if it's really necessary for them to say. So even that adds on to, I didn't add another white card. I think I should add 2 to the deck, or all of them. There's only 3. No, actually there's, yeah. Because I think this folds into this of why there's pauses and stopping. My guy is taking a walk in the rain. Baby boy, you can't be walking out here in the rain. He's an old man too, baby. You elderly. You gotta take care of yourself. Come on now. I think this is why they would pause. I think they want to tell you these things, but they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt their chances. But I do believe some of them might actually tell you. Some of them might tell you some of the things that they did while you were apart in an attempt to maybe twist it, which I don't think is wrong, but to in a way to illustrate, rather. Twist is kind of nefarious, but hey, it came out. In a way to illustrate how far they've come since X, Y, and Z happened between the two of you, 30-30, or what have you, right? Like, I did this and it was from this that I found out that da 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 da, that kind of thing. They don't want to share what they were doing or what they didn't want to tell you, but even when they did, it's like you didn't like it and they don't want to spook you away again, right? Like, they don't want to tell you things you don't want to hear. Even though it's things that are, you know, their truth as far as their truth goes. 24 hours, closer to a year. You've changed my mind over a few things. I want to have a family with you. Let's make a family. This whole card is I have doubts. It's clarifying I have doubts. They have doubts over how this thing functionally sort of moves forward. They want it to move forward, right? Let's take on this world together is here as well in the original sort of pool. I jumped straight to the clarifiers. Didn't even get the tarot out. But I think the tarot will help add a little bit more color. Whoop. Bro. If we need it to. I'm sure it will. But yeah, soon, 24 hours, closer to a year. This is sort of like, I know for now that I want to be with you and I want to take on this world together. Meaning, I don't think they strictly have a plan to be together with you without knowing where you're at. Because if you're ready to jump back in, that's a different plan. You feel me? If you want to start over, that's a different plan. The Fool screams of starting over. If you want to take things slow, that's a different plan. So I think they're kind of cognizant of the fact that they have doubts over if you even want to. So why make a plan? A strict plan without really even knowing where the person is at. Let's take on this world together. I want to have a family with you. You've changed my mind over a few things. I think, oh, the breeze is delicious. God, it's so good. What I'm feeling here is somebody who knows the end point, but the path there is quite hazy. The path to the end point is hazy. But they 3311, they would rather do that path and figure it out together than just their agenda. And that could be something that you two have a history of, being on one person's agenda. Maybe they've defaulted to your agenda because I told you what I really wanted, but you thought you knew better, right? Like, maybe they'll defect to your agenda and go on your agenda. But either way, I don't feel like this person has a plan. We'll see what the tarot says, if it even brings that up. But I think they have an end point with you, and the path there, they're giving it up to, I'm not planning anything. Yeah, like literally, I'm not planning anything. What? It's right there. Oh Lord. I'm leaving it up to us as a unit to come up with that plan and make that plan together. That's how it's coming off to them, right? I don't know how you would receive that. Would you receive that as, you came with nothing? I don't know. I think what they want is an end goal to be together, right? Let's take on this world together. Let's make a family. Like, I want to make a family with you. How do we get there? And you two sort of work it out together. I've said that like 3 times. Okay, now we talk about the purples. Sideways and caress. Sideways, come on. Hey, come on now. Hey, come on. Okay, sideways is pretty, self-explanatory. It's self-explanatory. That is a position that they want with you, right? And this is also maybe just cuddling, caress and touch. It's very sweet. There's like salacious. They're salacious. There are salacious. There are salacious purple cards. And truly, this is just kind of sweet. Sideways is very cuddly, right? Sideways is caress and touch is also quite cuddly. It's like being able to hold you and, you know, yeah. Being able to have you as close as possible. And with sideways, definitely still that, right? Being able to cuddle, being able to be close, being able to just have you and be with you physically, like really embrace you and just have that, like that being enough. But of course, if and when it graduates, sideways is something where they get both, where they get to have you and hold you and be with you, and also in or host. Okay. Yeah. All right. In that special way that adults do that. It's an 18 plus. I'm gonna give you a little bit, but I'm not gonna go all the way. Okay. This is what I'm seeing. Let's get into the tarot now that there's a lot more space, since we've sort of talked about everything. I think this is like their last effort. I keep seeing this, I'm not coming back at the top of the deck here. And I saw the Three of Swords. I think for them, this is the last ditch effort. Excuse me. Them trying, right, in their own psyche. People change their minds all the time. Okay. But in their psyche, this is like, you know, my last time. And even with the Ten of Swords here, that's kind of wild. Anyway, what they would say at this level, if you did give them a chance to, and you listened and whatever that looks like, Ten of Swords in reverse would be wanting to mend things, wanting to, you know, fix things. I think the kind of thing that I'm getting here is wanting to be open about things, which is why this I don't want to hurt you. I think a part of them will still want to, even though it might hurt you. I think once they sort of gauge your reaction and how willing you are to work together through these things, is I think they might say like, well, you know, like I also had some troubles and these were some of my woes and like some of like what I didn't fully like about our dynamic when it was what it was, you know? And I feel like that is actually like a good sign, because then you both get to start over, or start in a way where you're starting with a clean slate and you're building the new habit personally of openness, of, you know, not holding things in, not letting things get to a point of Ten of Swords and someone get back. Right? Like it's unnecessary. We don't have to keep holding on to so much or having that betrayal or what have you. So I feel like with this Ten of Swords, what they would want to say is to start sort of peeling back each thing that happened between the two of you. Right? I remember this day. I remember this thing that I said. I remember maybe you said this in that discussion. Like, can we talk about that? You know, and also I know you said this. I know you felt like this. Can we talk about that? And this, like, that is actually really beautiful. I've never seen such a more beautiful Ten of Swords than in my life than this one right now. And I'm not like out here advocating for your person. I think I probably am actually because I'm in their energy though, right? Like I'm in a human's energy. I'm in an energy of somebody that wants to come to you, somebody that wants to reconcile with you, whether you think this person is right for you or not. They have these feelings, right? Whether this person was XYZ to you or ABC to you, this is where they're sort of coming from. And I'm in that energy. I'm reading for them. So it's just, I can, yeah. But yeah, I mean, these sort of things, you still, my Lumi, you get to decide if you want to participate. And like, you're sovereign of your life. Please, like, please. Don't let how someone feels dictate what you end up doing in major choices in your life. Don't do that. Don't be like me. No, but really, like, don't do that. Think about how you feel, what you want, and if that fits you. We may pull some guidance for at the end. I don't know. We'll see. Looking at the time. Ooh. I think it would be good to pull some guidance. So we'll see what we can do. Queen of Pentacles. Right. Like, they want a future with you. This is wifey. This is that home life. Look, Anybody can wife someone up. I think I can look at a man and go, I want to wife him up. Okay. This is home. Like Queen of Pentacles is home. Queen of Pentacles is building, growing. That's Little Empress to me. Like this is that nurturing energy, that investment energy, that giving energy. They want to give to you. They want to show you that they can give to you, that they can provide for you. This is that like on top energy, and even that sideways energy of like holding and that caressing and touching. Like it's very motherly, right? Those cards are not motherly, right? But they have an essence of that like care and provider in them, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And they want to say that to you. They want to show you functionally. It's not even just words. This is actions. Queen of Pentacles is actions. That is fundamental, tangible actions, looking at them in the physical space. This isn't all they said this. This is they did this, right? If they wanted to, they would type stuff. And the Queen of Pentacles does it because she just is. She's the best. And the Magician in reverse. All right. This is interesting. This is giving me vibes of them not moving forward without your say-so. Them going at your pace. Them having reached the level of manifestation that they allowed themselves to have. And sort of being like, okay, now that we're here, where do we go forward? And looking at you and what you two have to direct that. Clarify the Magician. I don't know what this card is. Yeah, it's very sideways. The Six of Swords. Yeah, thank you. Spirit really lives in the illumination. This is Six of Swords in reverse. This is going back or even just stalling. I want to stall movement forward. Like this is as far as we've gotten us together. Let's decide where we want to go, how we want to go, how we want to do it. Perfect. Exactly what I said. Spirit is here. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. One more. Wow. Another Six in the reverse. That's crazy. The Six of Cups in reverse. This is maturity. Okay. The Six of Cups in reverse. This is maturity. This is, we have a past, but I want a future. I want to start over. I want to start over. I want to start over. Hence these pullings of the swords. Let's make this body clean. Let's start over. I want to be mature in this. I don't want to go about this in an immature way of day to day. I want us to go to this destination. Are you down? Can we do this together? They're coming with maturity, which is kind of wild from how we sort of started this. It wasn't necessarily like, it's just it gave, I'm not gonna say F-boy energy or anything like that, but it just gave in and out vibes. It gave energy where it's like this could go one of two ways, and 75% feels like it's a joke. Like you're coming here lathering me up with all of this stuff, but oh, like you're actually coming with like real intent. Like this is just a shoe in the door. The Star in reverse. Hope in reverse. Okay. I'm really glad that actually came out. Nine of Pentacles. They hope that you're single. They hope that you're available, that you have a buy-in to this. Because like I kind of said, it's going back to this I'm not coming back, right? Like that part of them in them that says, damn, like if the Lumi doesn't want me, if the Lumi isn't game, if I don't show up and do the thing, it's not gonna work. And I think a part of them doesn't think it'll work, but it looks like they'll still want to try. They'll still want to try. That's crazy. Most of the majors that came out have been in reverse in this sort of like after stage. After stage. It's funny. So there's also like a stalling here. Like they don't have hope, and so they're going to say what they're going to say, but also still cautiously because they do have hope. But it's also stalled. Like they're going to meter. They're going to try and meter themselves. Like measure themselves in how they how big they allow themselves to dream with you and what they say, and just kind of take things slower. This is like delays. Like, this is taking things slower. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. This is slower unions. Going pace by pace. I'm going to pull your guidance. So Spirit, what is the guidance? What is the guidance for the Lumi watching this? Given this situation. Nightingale. Love is all around in the protection. This card is so useless. Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. I like this one a lot. This is something that, honestly, something that I use in my coaching practice with my clients, especially with myself. How something can be true. Someone can genuinely want to be with you and you cannot. And they cannot be able to provide for you in the way that you want. Or you can want to be with somebody but also see that they're just not the right one for you. This and that can be true. It can be possible for someone to love you and not be able to treat you well. It can be possible. Like, that can be how love manifests in that situation. It can be possible that someone loves you and treats you well too. Like, that can all, like, it can differ. Anyway, that's not the card that came out. It is a card for you. But we'll go with Nightingale, 41. In protection, the darker the skies, the more it seems the dawn will never appear. But Nightingale Spirit is here to remind you that the sun will shine again. I was going to say Gemini season, but Ten of Swords. You will soon feel the love and notice the abundance that surrounds you. Sing now, put on some music, or simply sing in the empty space. For finding the light within and giving it voice will give rise to hope and help you begin to hear the call of another who, like you, was beginning to fear the light would never come. Oh. Bring the light into the darkness with love from within. Give it voice and know that daybreak will be here soon. This looks like it's just a bunch of singing, right? Nightingale Spirit singing, love is all around, etc. This came up in a reading recently, and I was really annoyed by the message. But it's crazy that it's coming out now, and I actually prefer the protection message to the sort of regular message, the upright message. With Nightingale Spirit, I'm gonna put it up for the aesthetic. I think what this is telling you, Lumi, is sing your song. What is the song you want to sing truly? Do you want to listen to this person and see what they have to say? Then do that. Give them a chance to sing their song in your presence, and you give yourself also a chance to sing the song that's truly in your heart. And regardless of where things go with you and this person, I think that will be a growing point for the both of you. To really sing the true song within. Like, to really, really be able to do this Ten of Swords thing, the sun shining, this thing of pulling out the swords and going through each issue if you need to or whatever, and really discussing it. And then giving it some time, right? Like, no rush. Giving it some time and thinking and feeling into what it is that is where your song wants to lead you next. Do you want to give it a go? Do you want to give it a go slowly? Do you want to open it up to getting to know each other again? Do you want to just say, no, I want someone else? Like, what is that song in you actually saying versus what you, like, cognitively, like, really get into that authentic part of you, right? Because I feel like there could be something here to listening to this person's song for you, and for them to hear your song as well. For you to be able to say your piece. It's just, there is a song being sung and also not responding. Like, I'm getting that here. Like, that can be your song. Your silence. And you singing your song elsewhere. Like, you're allowed to not do that. You're allowed to not engage where you don't want your song to be heard anymore, where you're done. You sung that song, your vocal cords do not work in that opera house no more. You've moved on to more other opera houses. That can also be allowed. Or both of those situations, hearing the person out and then just going, okay, I've heard you out. For me and my house, we are done here. I wish you well. Thank you for giving yourself and your heart a chance to speak out. Like, I talk like that. Normal people don't talk like that. But I do be saying this to like real people in my life of like, thank you for speaking out, speaking what was in your heart. I know it's not easy to be vulnerable. I just am still in the same place. I'm not interested or whatever. If you are watching this because you are someone who wants to say something to someone, which is wild, start with compliments. Start with, genuine stuff, things that matter, and see if that opens up a door for you to this person so you can say what's in your heart and free yourself. I think that I'm not coming back is it's still worthwhile to speak what's in your heart and say, just like that singing bird, that hummingbird, the nightingale, say what is in your spirit so that you can set it free, All right, my friends, I wish you everything. Keep your light on. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.